Hey, greetings and good morning, viewers. In this tutorial or video, I'm going to be doing a sample PowerPoint number, and I'm going to be using this folder here, July PPT tutorial. The very first video or tutorial for the month of July 2025, and it's going to be about PowerPoint. I've done some videos about PowerPoint, like if you're to go to my channel, I've done a video about farming in Uganda as a PowerPoint video because we are in July and it is second term in schools, secondary schools in Uganda. And the senior two class can find the videos of PowerPoint important because they are studying PowerPoint as a chapter. And also other classes like the current senior six can find the video important. Plus the senior five class that is at a new curriculum at advanced level. Now this is the cover. For now, it's the cover photo for the video. I could use this one or I could slightly change it to something else. So this is the cover photo of the video, and straight away I'm going to open my PDF, the sample question I am going to do, so that I just follow the required questions to do something in the tutorial. Orange Uganda Expo. It's the heading, and some of the text there. It is there will be Orange Uganda Expo at Uma Showgrounds between the 15th and 18th of November 2018 as the public relations at Orange. The CEO has asked you to organize a team and suitable material you'll use to market your product at this exhibition. Using presentation software of your choice. There's a mistake here, slight mistake there, of your choice. Design a 4 slide presentation which will continuously run as you explain to the guests who will visit your stall during the exhibition. Save it as Orange Uganda. So it's just about it's a presentation that's going to be about Orange Uganda Expo, and the CEO has asked you to organize your team to market your products, maybe your orange products. And they want you to make a presentation to market your products, and the presentation should be continuously running as you explain to the guests. Now that is so important, continuously running. So your presentation should be continuously running as you explain to your guests something like this. Continuously running is important as you explain to the guests, so it should be automatic. And also I saw something like as the public relations, you're the public relations of at Orange. You're the public relations who's responsible for designing that presentation to be used in the expo or to market your orange or your goods. Okay, so that is it with the background of the question. So the presentation guidelines they are as follows. Slide one. Before I create slide one, they want me to save my presentation as Orange Uganda. So I'm going to use my very folder, July PPT tutorial. I create my presentation, PowerPoint, and then I rename it as Orange Uganda. Since I'm not seeing PowerPoint within the folder, I can create PowerPoint from from the start button by hitting start on the keyboard or the Windows key. I open PowerPoint there. Yes, it will open as a blank presentation, then I just save it as under file, save as. I go to browse, then I click at desktop. I look for my folder, July PPT tutorial. I double tap and then I give it a name. Do you want me to rename it as Orange Uganda? Yeah, then I click save and the presentation is going to be saved in my folder as Orange Uganda. It's right here. I can right click at it and I open it with presentation. I resist presentation. So there we are. Slide one. is use a blank slide layout. So I want to use a blank slide layout. I don't need this title slide, so it should be, as a learner, you should be able to know which type of slide you require to use where. Like in this question, they want me to use a blank slide layout. It is not that all the time the first slide is going to be a title slide. At times, you could be directed to use a certain type of slide in a presentation, like here. At slide one, they want me to use a blank slide layout. And then I put a title, and then I put some other useful information. So let me go to new slide, then I go to blank. Yes, it is blank. Then after getting my blank slide, I should put a title as required in the question. As required in this question, if you can take a snap of slide one, what should be under slide one is this. So under slide one, it should be blank, and the title, a title slide, is it outlining the basic information about Orange, Uganda. So I'm going to put a title in my blank slide, and this is my blank slide here. I'm going to just go to insert, and I pick a shape. I draw a shape on top of my slide to support my title. I right click at the shape and select edit text so that I can add my text there. According to this, the title is the basic information about um, Orange, Uganda. I will type the basic information about Orange, Uganda. Yeah, that is my title, and it's already in the slide, and I used the shape to put it there because it was a blank slide. A blank slide has nothing like a placeholder. A placeholder is just a they are just boxes in a slide that supports content, but in a blank slide, there's nothing like a placeholder. So that's why I created my shape, and I'm typing a heading, the basic information about Orange, Uganda. Yeah, I want to just hide the shape. Before hiding the shape, I can highlight my heading. Under home, I give it a bigger size, and I give it a bold color, and I give it black so that it doesn't disappear when I freeze my shape away. Yes, my topic is about oranges, and I can select a color that is just like orange, and it is creating that impression when I'm presenting, because according to the question, I'm supposed to present this presentation to the people, so it should be eye catching. So at the slide, at the shape, I want to click at the shape, then I click at shape fill, no fill, shape outline. I need the outline can stay there. And then the next part was your use some or all this information. The information I'm required to use is here. Some or all the information. So I need to use all this information. I want to highlight it. I want to highlight all the information. This one in the text box, highlight it. Copy, Control C. I go to my computer. I get a shape, insert shapes. I draw the rectangular shape. I draw the rectangular shape. Yeah. After drawing it, I right click at it. I select edit text or add text. Depends on your version. And paste. Control V. Yeah. Now the words are white and they are kind of smaller. So what I do, I can first give them a black color. After giving them a black color, I try to increase on their size because they should be readable. Yeah, that is better. And I can freeze the shape away. Click at the shape format, shape fill, no fill. And then I could just maybe slightly change the text that is readable and it's impressive. So this information can be separated. I'm just pressing enter so that This information kindly, slightly goes to the top. Yeah. Then our contact seems there's only an email address and a PO box, and there's no contact here. But anyway, here they say that any other additional information but relevant and slide designs will earn you marks. So any other information you can add and the design can earn you marks. So the thing is open. You can add some other information like phone numbers 0770 Yeah, it could be our contact, and it is so important. I can slightly give it a feel that's not really covering it. Yeah, so that is our contact in a field. I can highlight it again, and I reduce slightly in the size. I can give it even a color that is kind of readable, color that doesn't disappear. Yeah, better. So that is slide two. So that is some additional information I can add there, because here they said if you add additional information and the slide design, it will earn you marks. I can even go at this slide I'm creating, then I go to design, I go to format background, and then solid, I can pick a solid color, a color that doesn't cover my text that much, a color that doesn't affect my work, a color that is like white is better. Seems my heading is even gone. Let me, sorry, format color, then I can, let me check out gradients and the color of gradients. How is this? No. Color. Seems the gradient is covering my heading. Let me go with this. Yeah. And also I can put some image. I'm using this image. I only have this orange image. I can copy it, show more items, select copy, then I go back to my PowerPoint and paste. Yeah, it is pasted, and picture, send the picture backwards, and I can even change I can change anyway, at the picture. Let me put a picture in this way. Let me go to insert, then shapes, pick this, I draw something small like this. Yeah, then shape fill, I go to picture, so that I can use the picture for my shape. From file, then PC, desktop, I locate July, PPT, I'm using this, and the picture I want is here, and then I insert it using a shape. That is slightly better than the other one. Then click at it, send backward. Yeah, so I can put something like that in my work. I can put something like that in my work. I could maybe change the picture format according to the correction you may need at your picture, etc. So since I'm done with the first slide, I'm going to the second slide. Second slide, it should have an organizational chart for an organizational chart slide layout. Organize the information below in the most appropriate way. And the highest in the hierarchy is founder Mrs. Anono Grace, followed by CEO Mrs. Chigongo K, followed by executive manager Mrs. Muti Faith. Yeah. So I'm going to design a slide with the hierarchy, and the responsibilities are just assigned to me here. So a hierarchy is just a feature in PowerPoint that can explain people's responsibilities in an organization. So I want to put a hierarchy, and the type of slide I want to use is a title and content. I've not been specified on what slide I should use. So I want to use a title and content. So use an organizational chart in the slide layout. I want to go to new, then I go to title and contents, and then I put my title and organizational chart about Orange, Uganda, Uganda company. Yeah, Orange Uganda company. Then I draw my hierarchy. So I could adjust this title to the top slightly like this, even this. Then I can delete the placeholder, the second one, this one here, because I don't need it. I just need to draw a hierarchy. Click at it, delete on the keyboard. Delete is not backspace. Delete is delete. So orange is here. I can slightly mix the colors like what I was doing. Orange, and then I draw my hierarchy. I do my hierarchy, and um, back to the question here. The highest in the hierarchy is the founder, director, Mrs. Is it Anono Grace? Yeah. In my PowerPoint, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a shape and I insert shapes. I draw a shape on top because the first person on top is is the founder. I draw something on top like this. Yeah. After drawing that, I add content. Right click at it, edit text according to the question. The first person is the founder, director, director. Yeah, in two brackets. That is Miss Anono Grace. Yeah, that's the founder, and they are on top. And according to the question, that's the person to be on top of a hierarchy. The second person is the CEO, Mrs. Chigongo K. Yeah. So to save time, what you do is I could first click at this. Anyway, let me first highlight the text under home. I give it black, and then I freeze the shape away. Click at the shape fill, no fill. Yes, I could slightly extend it down by using there's this symbol. It can move your shape anywhere. Yeah. So what I do is Control C, copy, Control V, paste. I move this slightly down because there's another person at the bottom of the founder. So I delete founder. I put CEO. According to the question, the CEO is followed by the CEO, Mrs. Chigongo K. So CEO, I type Mrs. Chigongo K. Yeah, I was done copying. I can just paste again. There's someone who is below. Control V. I can just put this down. Yeah. And according to the question, who's the next person? That is executive manager, Mrs. Mutiwa Faith. Yeah, executive manager. So I type executive executive manager, Mrs. Mrs. Mutibwa. Sorry, Mrs. Mutibwa Faith. Yeah. So those are the people who are on top. I can maybe just get a line from shapes, something small. I point here and I draw a line, small line. I can just copy it, click at it, Control C, copy, Control V, paste, and move it around. Since I'm moving a shape, I want to move the line I was copying. Is here. I can click at the line, then I move it around. Let me first undo. Click at the line, Control C, Control V. It is here. Then I move it with this arrow and place it here to show you know what to be followed. If you want to really see what you're doing, you can zoom in plus here, or you can hold control and you move the scroll of the mouse to really zoom in and see what you're doing. I can reduce on the shape of this line. This one is okay. And then hold control, you scroll with the mouse, zoom opposite, zoom minus, that is zoom out. Yeah. So those are three people on top of the company. You could just maybe go. We are heading to the next individuals with other responsibilities. So the next one is the operations manager, Mr. Opio Roscoe, and the human resource, Mr. Apuli Nobat, and the public relations, Mrs. Tumwine Edith, all report directly to the executive director. So people are going to report directly to this person, executive manager. What I do is I pick a line and I just draw it at the bottom of the executive manager or executive director, and then I show people who report directly to them. So after drawing the line, I'm going to pick another line from insert line, and then I draw it while cutting across. So it's going to cut across to show people who are really at the bottom of executive manager, people who report to the executive manager. Because if I say at the bottom, sounds weird. Yeah, so I'm just moving the line by use of arrow keys on the keyboard. And then, yeah, I show people who are reporting directly to the executive manager. The first person was operations manager, that is Mr. Opio Roscoe. So I'm going to draw another line, and of course, insert shapes, I can draw another line. I draw a line here, something like this, small line, yes. Then I can just pick a shape like this, a box, and then I draw it. I show people who are reporting directly to the executive manager. I can just adjust the shape to that. I can right click at it and select edit text, and I type uh, operations operations manager. Yeah, into brackets I type the name, that is Mr. Mr. Opio, is it? Mr. Opio Roscoe. Yeah, Mr. Opio Roscoe, I just increase on the size of the shape to accommodate what I'm typing. Yeah, and I highlight, I give it black. I can even bold it so that we see really properly whatever I've been typing. Yeah, operations manager, Mr. Opio Roscoe. I can click at the shape format, shape fill. I don't need any fill there. So that is it. I go to the next person who reports directly to the executive manager. That is the human resource, Mr. Apuli Nobat. Save time, click at this, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and move it, uh, of course, somewhere here. Pick a line from insert, draw the line from the top here, and connect it to this. Since the line is not straight, you cannot just the the line like that. Yeah, but I just delete the operations manager because I'm going to another person who is human resource. The human resource is Mr. Apollino Bat. So Mr. Um, Mr. Apollino Bat is also is reporting directly to the executive manager. Next is public relations. It's the next person. Control C. I mean, click at this shape. Control C, Control V. I shift this somewhere here. I pick a line and I insert this line. I can pick a line and draw it somewhere there. Yeah, should be slightly straight. Yes, better. What I'm trying to draw is a hierarchy in the orange Uganda company. People responsible in that, people having responsibilities in that company. The next person apart from human resource, it was public relations. Public relations, I highlight. I type public relations. Public relations, that is Mrs. Tumwine Edith. I just type Mrs. Tumwine, double I, single, Mrs. Tumwine Edith. Yeah, and lastly, that is the last person according to the question. Apart from public relations, they all report directly to the executive manager. The accountants who report to the executive manager. Accountants, uh, managers and employees, support staff report directly to the accountants. It seems there's another person who reports directly to the executive manager and the accountants, but there are other people who report to the accountants. So we just do this. This line here, I could just slightly adjust it, maybe to that. I zoom in, control, scroll. There's this line here. Click at the line, then you slightly reduce. Yeah. Then I just pick a line from shapes. Pick a line and draw the line around here. Draw a small line. Click at it, slightly increase, and then pick this, click at it, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, shift it here. We change it to, oh, sorry, it's supposed to be here. Seems the issue with the line. Click at the line and adjust it like that. Instead of public relations, I change it to accountants. Accountants. Yeah, accountants. There's no person at accountants. Yeah, I just highlight it that I just make it, neat. Oh yeah, then I go to accountants. Seems that people report to the accountants, that is support staff and employees. So I just go back to the lines. I pick the lines and accountants. I draw something small, and then I draw another line to show people who report directly to the accountants. Yes, slightly adjust it. Better. Pick a a line. Pick a line first. Draw it there, and then pick another one, a square. Draw it there. Yeah, right click at it, edit text, and then these are employees. click at this, Control C, Control V, shift it here, pick a line, and then draw the line here to connect. Yeah. Change employees to there was employees and support staff. Support staff. Click at the shape fill, no fill. I forgot to highlight this. It should be in black so that my words don't disappear. Even this one should be in black so that the text does not disappear. Click at the shape fill, no fill. So that I have my hierarchy that is complete. This line here, I could just adjust this line to something like this. Yeah, that is my hierarchy about Orange Uganda Company, and the question really was asking for that. So I can just highlight the first three, highlight this one also, and then highlight this one. I give them a same feature, like I can give them a color that is orange on near the orange color, something like that, to show uh, their positions in the company. Employees and support staff. Employees can be reduced size so that it's on one line. Yeah. And then we go to slide 3. That is it with slide 2. Slide 3. Next is use a title and chart slide layouts. The title of this slide should be Orange Expo 2017. In the table on this slide, organize the following products that will be on sale. So the slide should be slide 3 and it should have that content. I go to new slide, title and content. I type the title Orange Expo 2017 chat slides. Orange Expo 2017 chat slide. Then I put my table because in this slide I should have this title and I should have this table. So what I do, I realize the columns and rows I should have two columns and then the rows should be three. What I do is I go to table, the table icon is that table, how many columns, two, how many rows, three. Press OK and type your content there. The first content was laptops. Let me see whether I can do this. So for your computer, you will type laptops. Just highlighting this, Control C, and then I take it to this laptops. Then under laptops, we have content like Asa, Toshiba, Dell Inspiration, and then I just copy that. I take it here. I paste. For your computers, you'll have to type that information. For learners, to just practice on the typing speed to catch up the time in practical papers. Then next is mobile phones. Mobile phones here, and then even here. Um, these are the types of phones from Samsung up to iPhone 4. From Samsung up to iPhone 4. Seems the entire thing isn't highlighted the way I want. Anyway, let me highlight this. Control C. I paste here. There was a letter M. Then there's some other type of phone here. Control C, Control V. Yeah, and lastly there is tablets. Highlight tablets. Control C, and tablets is supposed to be here. Tablets. And then here I type the types of tablets that will be sold on that day, maybe apart from oranges. Control V. Yeah, that is my table, and it is at slide 3. So slide 3 can be given in just I can decide to highlight this. I can click at this table, then under shading, at the table design, I can give my table a color that really matches what we are doing. You should be mindful about a color using. Don't use a color that will end up covering your text. That is better. Slide 4. Uh, Title and chart slide layout according to the question. Slide 4 is here. Use a title and chart slide layout. And the title of this slide will be the company growth 2015 2017. So at PowerPoint, I'm going to create a fourth slide, the last one for now. Under new slide, title and content, and then I put a title at the company growth. The company growth 2015 to 2017. After typing the title, back to the question of the company growth. It's here. Seems there's a table I'm going to be using to draw the graph I'm going to be drawing. So the table I'm going to be using is just here, and of course I'm going to click at my slide once again, and I choose. If I choose a slide, let me first change the colors. Let me change the colors of the slide, and I draw the graph. So the company growth 2015-2017. Um, Under graphs here, I tap at graph, and then I choose a graph I want. The graphs are here under column, then 3D. Click OK, and your graph is going to be loaded with Excel. So you have to change some content there so that you draw the appropriate graph you need. This is the table I'm going to use, services up to coverage, and this is it with PPT. At categories, I'm going to type categories first. That is services. Services is the first category. Then SMS, second category. Third category, that is calls. Fourth, that is internet. MMS, and then there is coverage. Yeah, and series according to my table here, the series are 2015, 2016, and 2017. Yeah, then the 2015, the values are 20, down 10. You realize how the bars are changing because I'm trying to follow what was given to me in the table. 10, 18, 10, 15, 33, 15, 24, 10, 15. Those are the values from the table. This one is 52, 75, 60, 11, and 36. Yeah, that is my table. I'm done with Excel. If I'm done typing everything from my table to Excel, I close Excel. And then I just make my graph complete. A graph should have x-axis, y-axis, legend, and an appropriate title. Let me start with the title. If you don't have a title at your graph, simply click at your graph, go to chart design, add the chart element, title above. Depends on the version. If you have an older version, click at your graph. You will look for format, and then You look for the titles, chat titles, and put them there. For newer versions, you click at the graph, then chat design, add the chat element, chat title above chat. So let me put a title that is really appropriate. The title according to the question. I can pick the idea from here. That a 3D graph showing subscriber figures between 2015 and 2017. Yeah. So my title can be a 3D graph showing subscriber figures between 2015 and 2017. And I could just maybe shift my title slightly here. Not the entire title, but only not the entire graph. I want to only shift this. Yeah, that is better. Then after putting the title, just making it visible by giving it a color as well. Something like that, 3D and bigger size slightly. Yeah, x-axis, click at the graph, go to chart design, add chart elements, axis titles, primary horizontal. This one is about what? It's about according to the table. Uh, oh, sorry. Seems I made a mistake with the graph. Seems I made a mistake with the graph. Yeah, seems I made a mistake with the graph. Let me copy this. I picked a graph. I think I was right, yeah. But the filling in of values, I wasn't right. Yeah, services is just a title. The thing starts from SMS, then calls, then internet, then MMS, and it stops at coverage. Yeah, and services was just on top 2015, 2016, 2017. 20, then 10, then 18, then 10, then 15. 16, 33, 15, 24, 10, 15, 52, 75, 60, 11, and 36. Yeah, close Excel. I was at the title here. I was at the title, and this is my title. Assuming then I go to add chart design, chart element, axis title, primary horizontal. Then I type what the primary horizontal is all about. It's about services. Then the opposite y-axis, click at the graph, chart design, chart elements, axis titles, vertical. I delete this. These ones are figures. Yeah, even the legend, if you want to put it there, a legend, it could be on the right, explaining your bars. After drawing that, use the next question is use relevant clip art images where it's appropriate. I can just copy this and then I paste it at different slides. I can decide to paste it here and then I can send it back picture format, send it backwards. Yeah, Seems it's the only image I'm having in my work. I can go to the next one. Your slide must run automatically after 2 seconds. Your slide must run automatically after 2 seconds. I just pick that from transitions, then tick after, remove mouse click, give your work 2 seconds. 02. You should be mindful about the dots. There's a dot. I should just have to delete the zero where I'm really pointing. 02. Point is there. 00. Seconds are in the middle. Older versions they have two categories of zeros. You will use the zero that appears on your right. 02 seconds. New versions, you do what I've done. Yes. Insert a photo of your name and slide and index number, something like that. It's what I'm saying here. Insert a footer of your name, slide and index number, and the number of the slides. Let me just put a footer. Under footer, let me put a footer at my work. Insert headers and footers. Tick footer, a name, uh, maybe that. Then I can even put a slide number. Tick slide number and click at apply to all, so that your slides have a footer and a slide number. Next, apply a slow transition. Box out automatically after 2 seconds. Swoosh animation scheme. Click at slide 1. Transitions, we look for box out. Box out is here. But box out should be slow. Slow transition. Just increase on the time to make it a slower transition. If it is so fast, just increase on the time, like what I'm doing. Go back to the transition, and then you see whether it is slow. So that is box out transition, and it is slow. Also put swoosh animation, swoosh, something like swoosh animation. So what is swoosh? Swoosh is just I can highlight my content because I've not been specified on where to put swoosh. So I can highlight the content and then I look for swoosh. Swoosh is under animations, but it is under more motion paths. And then swoosh is here. Swoosh. Click at it. And then click OK. So that is swoosh animation. So after doing all that, you can decide to even put more animations in your work. I can just highlight the entire hierarchy, click at one shape, Control A, go and look for animations that are really okay for your hierarchy. An animation that can really bring up your hierarchy in a way that is understood. Grow and turn. I can go with grow and turn. Oh, float is also nice. I can use float and then yeah, I continue to the rest of the questions. Apply droplet as a slide design. So I can apply droplet as a slide design. I've not also been specified on where to put droplet, but if I'm specified like in slide 1, look at slide 1, go to design, look for droplet. Droplet is here. Put droplet there and it's going to be applied to your slides. Droplet is having those water drops. Link all your slides to one another using action buttons. So action buttons are found under insert and shapes. Action buttons are here. You can draw a button somewhere here at the bottom of your slides. Hyperlink to next. Okay. To save time, you could just save this. I can copy it. Control C, Control V. Then I take it to these slides. Oh, sorry. Let me first delete this. Control C, click at this slide, Control V, put it here. Click at this slide, Control V, put it here. Click at this slide, Control V, put it there, and then you run a slideshow. You see whether your your buttons work when you click at them. So they work. They take you to the various slides. Let me click at this, run a slideshow. Then at the button, yeah, those are the buttons. Print all your slides, your 4 slides on one page, the last one. So to print all your work on one page, Control P and select instead of full pages, select 4 slides on one page. Seems my printer is ready, and then I command a print. So I've got a hard copy of my work of whatever I've been trying to do about Orange, Uganda as a presentation. So if you're doing presentation the old way, that is senior 6, you mind about the questions that have been given to you. You follow the questions, that is senior 6. But for the classes of senior 5, senior 4, it's all about creativity. It's about what you can show, what you can do in a presentation. So feel free to share with me your comments about this video. Um, Continue to comment. Thank you for the views. Thank you for the feedback. And thank you for the people who are trying to push whatever I'm doing. Those I know and those I could not know for now. Feel free to connect with me at my numbers here, the 2 numbers there. Feel free to connect with me about your responses concerning this, your comments, your queries, and then even where I could correct what you've learned, etc. etc. That has been it for the video about presentation, the first video for July. Thanks for the view. Thank you for spending your time at my channel. A nice time, good afternoon, and bye bye.